Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Fairy Godmother Monday. This is Lorraine Pursell, your host, and I'm here with you every Monday and Friday at 8 a.m. Eastern at facebook.com/Lorraine Pursell MA. And on Mondays, I take on the persona as your fairy godmother, showing you how to make your own dreams come true in the quantum field of all possibilities, how to make that quantum field work for us and not against us by default. And then on Fridays, I am your wise guide, guiding you through your 50 trillion cells so that you can hear what your body is saying to you that it needs to restore and regenerate after a week of, frankly, probably not paying much attention to our bodies because we get really busy. We kind of ignore our body signals, and it's time to come back in. And I'm going to shut this door right here. Hold on just a second. There we go. Good morning, Janine. So I want you to see my beautiful yellow roses. Aren't those gorgeous? With real little red tips. My gift to me. Janine knows the story. So I'm here as your fairy godmother today with my magic wand and my crystal ball. And I'm going to show you how to make your own dreams come true in the quantum field of all possibilities. A little bit about me and why you should listen to me is that if you choose, is that I've been I think it's just 1 year shy of 30 years being a former marriage, family, and child counselor and an ongoing certified life coach. And I've helped countless people around the world come into their dream, come into their healing, come into their wholeness, come into believing in themselves in their dream and going for their dream. Yeah. Oh, right. Yes, reminds me of Mom's Rose Garden. And also, welcome to the Feminine CEO podcast. Thank you so much for joining me on Spotify, Apple, and I think Google Play is the third one we're on. So, yay. Today I'm going to be talking about healing from business and life trauma. How do we do that? A little tricky, and it can be done. Definitely can be done, but we have to have the intention to heal and not to stay in our hurt. I'm going to repeat that. We have to have the intention to heal and not stay in our hurt. I'm going to move my beautiful roses over here just a little bit. If I move it like that. What's that like? Kind of in the way. It'll just be for my enjoyment. So while we're tuning into this query, I want us to just breathe in white light energy from the top of our head and down through the middle of our body in a counterclockwise spin of white, gold, and pink light, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Just see this white light and gold light and pink light kissing every single cell, kissing every single organ, kissing every single molecule, and inside every atom in our body and all the things that are going on in there, just touching and moving the energy, and anything that isn't serving us is going to be expelled out. We're going to cast it into Mother Earth, who is the master composter. Deep breath through a crown chakra. On Mondays and Fridays, what I do here is I give you a dish full of practical woo. You'll get a lot of woo, but it's always practical. And this is a time to heal your nervous system. Those of you who might be looking for entertainment might not find it here. This is where I'm inviting you to go deep. It's not you sitting back and listening to me spoon feed you as you participate and follow the prompts that I give you, and on the replay, as you follow the prompts that I give you, your nervous system starts to heal and calibrate. So let's take in another deep breath. Swirling in a counterclockwise spin all the way down through every single molecule in our body and casting anything that isn't serving us. There's no room for something that doesn't serve us now because we are filling with white, gold, and pink light. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Diane. So all the way down with white, gold, and pink light. So there's no room for that crap that doesn't serve us. So all that crap is going to go down through the bottoms of our feet and into Mother Earth, the master composter. And now we're going to do a little flip and we're going to bring up energy, clean energy from Mother Earth. It's grounded up through the center of our body, kissing and touching every single one of our 50 trillion cells. Swirling, 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 coming out through the top of our head and into a torus around our body, back down to our feet, coming back up with clean energy up through the middle of our body. Let's just breathe with that for a minute. Up through the center of our body. Swirling, 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 touching, kissing, loving, all the way out in a torus around our body. A torus is like a fountain that goes around, kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like kind of looks like a donut of energy that kind of swirls around all areas of us, okay? So without healing our nervous systems, we're in for a rough road. Our nervous systems need healing every day. We are so bombarded, if not by emotional trauma, we are bombarded by external trauma. There's so much. And so I'm going to be talking today about how to heal from business and life trauma. And that's what you're getting here on Fairy Godmother Monday and Body Talk Friday is nervous system healing. Nervous system healing. Just surrender to it. Surrender to it. Let those waves of healing light serve you, coming down through the top of your head and coming up through the center of your body, through Mother Earth and out and around. While I grab some water. Okay. And those of you on the replay, write replay in the comments. I always go back as much as I can and check on your comments and respond to them. It means a lot to me that you're here. So I do these live streams on Mondays and Fridays to help because I'm all about who can I help? Who can I help? And on Mondays and Fridays, it's about healing your nervous system and bringing you back home to yourself. Put your hands on your chest right now and just say, I'm coming back home to me. I'm coming back home to me. I'm coming back home to me. And call all parts of yourself back home. So, healing business and life trauma. I work with entrepreneurs, but everything that I work with entrepreneurs is healing for business also. Healing for life also. So no one is excluded because the principles that help with business are the principles that help with life. They're universal principles. Let me get right under my halo. Universal principles. What works with business also works with life. Same principles. My former mentor, Gina DeVee, who I got my certification as a life coach, it was like a second master's program. year-long intensive master's program. She said, if you want the most intense and efficient self-improvement program on the planet, start your own business. Diane, you have your own business, I believe. You know what that's like. It just will rock you to your core, because everything that needs to come out as we keep putting ourselves forward to express. It's not a light matter. But that's not unlike life, right? Because life is the same. Like if we take the challenge, but in life, we don't always have to accept the challenge. In business, we do or we fail. So the same principles apply, but in life, you might be in a situation where you have a job, so you don't always need to express yourself, and you can stuff yes, Diane says yes, you can stuff the need to express yourself as you go, and you can just gather a paycheck and offer in yourself why you're doing what you're doing, while you express yourself to your own limit. But in your own business, you cannot hide. You cannot hide. It's a little frightening sometimes because I'm a lifelong entrepreneur. I started my first business when I was in elementary school, and I think I've held only 3 jobs in my lifetime. The longest one was when I left my ex-husband, and I actually had to go to counseling just to endure working with this woman. She was brutal. And I just was like, I had a mother once. I don't dig this. I don't like anybody telling me what to do. So being an entrepreneur and having your own business is the most intensive way to bring up all your stuff. And as it's bringing up the stuff, life will be buffeting you about. And we get a lot of trauma in that, as we also get a lot of trauma in life. So how do we heal from this? Honestly, you need to take time to heal. You can't just shove it under the rug. You can manage for a while, but then it must catch up with itself, and you must give yourself the time to heal. That means either taking a break, and actually I've been going through a season of healing from business trauma for about the last almost 3 years. I would say almost 3 years, yeah. As almost 30 years as a marriage, family, and child counselor, former marriage, family, and child counselor, and ongoing life coach, I had a lot of healing to do from a level of burnout that I sustained. And I'm sure everybody else who's in business has experienced this too. And including all of you in life who have had some burnout to expand and heal beyond. So you have to give yourself the time to heal. And during that time, what I did, because I didn't want to lose what I had gathered in my online business and my community that I had created, I hired somebody to take the helm for me. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful, and thank God I'm finally back in the game and doing a lot of it myself now again. But I had to give myself time to heal, because you understand, if I didn't, I would be walking wounded. And like John Lennon said in his song, one thing you can't hide is if you're crippled inside. One thing you cannot hide is if you're crippled inside. And the thing that healing your business and life trauma demonstrates, is how you know that you've healed it, is that when you have that knee-jerk response, you can stop before it comes out of your mouth. You just observe. You can be aware. Let's just put our hands on our hearts as a gesture right now of stopping and being aware. So as a gesture of stopping and being aware, we're going to just pantomime this right now. It's just so awesome, because this is what brings you to actually being able to do it in real life. So put your hands on your heart and on your stomach. That's usually where people, if there's another place that flutters when you notice a knee-jerk response coming up, which only means that you've triggered a sore spot, a spot that needs to be healed. And that's why I call the people who are your trigger points our greatest teachers, because they show us where we need to heal. So put your hand on your heart and your gut and just say, oh, I am aware that I am feeling this right now. I am aware that I am experiencing this feeling right now. I am aware that I have discomfort right now. That right there is, you deserve a gold star, because that's all it takes. And you just staying with the discomfort and not running from it, not going to alcohol, not running to something else, but just sitting in the awareness. So let's just do that right now. Just maybe go back to a recent time when you felt a trigger. Just put your hand on your heart and on your gut, and you're just going to be aware. Be aware of that trigger. Be aware of self-doubt, and just feel it. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. And now say to this discomfort, how can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you? How can I help you, darling little hurt? How can I help you? And just asking that question soothes it. Do you feel that? Just asking that question soothes it. How can I help you, darling hurt? And do you hear the tone in my voice? It's compassion. It is mercy. It is grace. You are not your trauma. You are the survivor of it. And you are standing here today to tell the tale. Although I wouldn't tell the tale. I would keep that to myself. Unless you're with a coach like me who can contain it. Because every time we re-experience the trauma, our brain doesn't know the difference and sends out the same emotional chemicals, and you are re-experiencing the trauma every time you remember it. So what we want to do is begin to heal this trauma and life trauma. So let's just say to that experience, that wave of emotion, just say, how can I help you, darling? How can I help you, dear one? And just asking that question. Like lately when I've been asking myself this question, I'll just say, just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing it right. Just stay in there. Okay. But the most important thing is to acknowledge it. Acknowledge it, not ignore it, not sweep it under the rug. Experience it, feel it, put your hand on your heart, your gut, wherever it is, your spleen, your arms, your hands, your face, your throat, high heart, wherever it is that you feel the flutter. You're going to acknowledge that energy and you're going to say, how can I help you? What do you need from me now? What do you need from me now? And listen to the answer. This is how you heal the trauma. Sometimes we are in a tough situation where we have to go ahead and act as if we don't have a trauma to go forward. But as soon as you can, go back and revisit this trauma, because we might be in the public eye, or we might, be having to deal with a situation blatantly right now. But you go back to this. And as your fairy godmother, with my magic wand and my crystal ball, this leads us right into Fairy Godmother Monday. We are going to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. So what is your wish fulfilled? And I like to challenge everybody with the dream, the one, not the mamby-pamby one over here, although sometimes that's all that we can muster up because we're too afraid. We have had so much trauma around the disappointment of our dream. But I'm going to challenge me to go to the big dream, the big one that really excites you, the big one, in this close company where it is a safe space to feel it and experience it. I'm going to invite you to feel, to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled of the big one, the big kahuna dream, the one that you're afraid to share to anybody. And maybe you never have, and that is okay. I don't recommend that you share your dream with people because, like the crabs in the bucket in Hawaii, they will be pulling you down because you only reveal to them their own shortcomings and their own lack of faith in themselves. So don't share it. Don't share it. Keep it in your heart, except in the safe space or in my private Facebook communities, The Confident Dreamer. If you want to join there, just go ahead and search The Confident Dreamer with Lorraine Pursell in Facebook. That's a safe place. We are all behind your dream. But now I'm just going to invite you as your fairy godmother. This is the wish, just like with Cinderella. She did not just get her wish by sitting on her ass. She did not get her wish just by picturing herself at the ball. She did not get her wish by just picturing dancing with the prince. She got her wish by fairy godmothers telling her, go get the pumpkin, go get the mice to make the thing. As soon as she stepped into action, the aligned action, which is your inner being telling you through inspiration what the right thing to do is, then the magic started. And I'm going to give you another tip. I got something from D. James this weekend where she was asking the question, how can this be magical? How can this be magical? How can this be magical? Put that little question in your back pocket, asking universe, how can this be magical? This challenge that I'm in the middle of now, how can this be magical? We are on the field trip planet. Earth is the field trip planet for the Earth Angel Nation. So as we ask, how can this situation be magical? Universe hears that question and starts to give us the ways that it can be magical and unfold. So where was I after my ADD journey there? Who cares? Let's just go back to feeling the wish fulfilled. Feeling the wish fulfilled. And as your inner being tells you the next things to do, you must obey. No matter how frickin' scary they are. No matter how frickin' scary they are. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And now with that, we are stepping into the quantum field, which is always around us like gravity. We cannot stop it. We cannot turn it off. We cannot say, I don't feel like playing with the quantum field today, so I'm just turning it off. It doesn't work like that. It is a law. It is a law that we have only learned about in the last 100 years. In the 1920s, it became evident that whatever the scientists' expectations were of the experiments that they were performing would be the result of the experiments. So amazing! Did you hear that? In the 1920s, they learned that the expectation of the scientists who were doing the experiments would become the outcome of the experiments. I'm going to say it again. It's so profound. The outcomes that were the expectations of the scientists who were doing the experiments would become the actual outcomes of the experiments. And they started playing with it more and more and more. And what we have found out in more recent years is that the quantum field is always at work. And it is the realm of all possibilities. And it is simply a wave. It is a wave of every single possibility that is available. They're all there like a gigantic billion, trillion, bajillion card deck. There they are. But whatever we focus on is what turns to particle. So what we focus on, when I tell you on these live streams that what we focus on expands, this is truth. So focus on now what you want to expand in your life. And I highly recommend you stick yourself into that big dream, the one that scares the SHIT out of you. The big kahuna dream. The big kahuna dream. So what is that big kahuna dream? Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Your expectation will turn the wave of all possibilities into particle, into matter. Be there now. Feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it, feel it. As your fairy godmother, I am telling you, this is how you will go to the ball and dance with the prince and have him fall in love with you. So what is that wish? This is the time when you are safe in the safe community to have this happen. Woo! I'm so thankful that I've created these safe communities for our dreams. Dreams are it. Dreams are what pull you forward. The thing that lights you up, the thing that excites you, the thing that goes, oh my God, me? That could really happen? That thing. God doesn't call the qualified. God qualifies the called. We are called. We are called. What is that thing that draws you by desire? That's what's calling you. We are the called. We may not feel qualified, and that qualifies us even more because we need to surrender to give our gift. Moses had a stutter. Moses had a stutter, and he was the spokesperson for the children of Israel. So if you think you have issues, imagine being called to be the spokesperson of the children of Israel, but you have a stutter. Oh boy, there's so many people jumping on this live right now. Okay. So, as your fairy godmother, I wanted to share with you how to get more of my work. Go to www.lorrainepurcell.com/empowered. www.lorrainepurcell.com/empowered. Desiree! www.lorrainepurcell.com/empowered. When you put in your name and email address, you're going to get my 5 most powerful affirmations that I've ever used for myself. It has gotten me out of lifelong depression, no more, and helped with my countless clients around the world. My 5 most powerful affirmations and the guide to show you how to make these 5 powerful affirmations work for you. And when you do that and you get the information in your inbox as a bonus, is this amazing little meditation that I made on imposter syndrome. How many here know what imposter syndrome is? Imposter syndrome is when you think I'm not enough. Who am I to think about this? Who am I to even imagine that I could do this? Some of the things you might have been feeling today when we started going into the quantum field with your big dream. This imposter syndrome meditation is so sweet. It's only 5 minutes long. You can listen to it every single day for 30 days while you're going over these 5 affirmations and have your whole life transform. So I invite you to do that right now and just soothe yourself and all of those doubts about being an imposter and not feeling like you're enough. Go to www.lorrainepurcell.com/empowered. I'm going to spell it www.lorrainepurcell.com P as in Paul, URSELL.com/EMPOWERED, LorrainePursell.com/empowered. So excited to have you here with me today. Let's just draw a card real quickly. So every Monday, I am your fairy godmother. On Fridays, I am your wise guide into your 50 trillion cells, and I invite you to join me. Put them on your calendar as a recurring event. I am here to help. Who can I help with my life force energy, my wisdom, my almost 30 years of helping sort people out so that they can go on with their great big lives? Okay. The courageous peony. This is powerful. Multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Perfect for Fairy Godmother Monday. Flowers don't open and close according to who walks by. They embrace all of what they are and show it to the world around them. The peony doesn't try to compete with the cherry blossom, and the cherry blossom doesn't try to compete with the tulip. They own what they are and trust the timing of their true nature. You're being called to do the same. It's time to open yourself up and be seen. Time to share your incredible, multifaceted, true nature with the world around you. Hello, Fairy Godmother Monday. To uncover and reveal your soul's greatest gifts without wavering. To own your uniqueness without apology. There's a flower on this planet that holds the same qualities that your soul is readying itself to express. Let it inform you. You may not have been taught that it's safer to keep your light hidden and your voice small, to hide behind the bushes instead of growing tall. The courageous peony is here to remind you that it's safe to embody all of who you truly are. It's safe to share your voice and let yourself be seen. At first, it may feel uncomfortable and you may be afraid of what others think. But with each passing day, it does become easier. I'm here to testify. Little by little, you realize that it draws in those who are meant for you, and experiences you've been longing for arrive at your feet. Deep breath on that. Starseed Soul Inquiry. How are you being called to allow yourself to be more visible and seen in the world? Big one. Okay, my loves. Grab that free offer at LorrainePursell.com/empowered. On Friday, I'm going to be here talking with you at 8 a.m. Eastern at Facebook.com/Lorraine Pursell MA on hearing your inner guidance for life and for business. Hearing your inner guidance for life and for business. Really important. Okay, my loves, thank you for being and playing with me today. I just loved sharing space with you. Have the courage to pretend like when you were a little girl, of how to just pretend that you are that big dream, that big desire, like you're in your mom's closet, putting on her high heels, wearing her dress, putting on her makeup, wearing her jewelry. It's the same thing. How are you going to dress up today and pretend? What is that person wearing? What is she drinking? What is she eating? How is she presenting herself in life? And I will see you Friday, if not before. Mwah. Bye for now.